Good afternoon, everybody. This your boy Lil Mal. You turning into Mal in the District. And today I just had one of them busy days, one of them productive days, trying to get business done, working, trying to get things going. And one thing I realized I just want to speak on in the work field, it could be so miserable, man. It could be so miserable. You could have so many people that can just come together as a collective and keep everything on a positive note, or you can work with people that just complain, they're just unhappy. It's just like in my mind, I tell people like you don't have to do what you do. What you're doing is a choice. It's a choice, 100% choice. You don't have to work this job. You don't have to be in this field. You don't have to work for this person. You don't have to do none of that. It's a choice. And that just gave me an idea to speak on how important it is to follow your vision, so you don't end up like these people. It gets very depressing working with people every day that just complaining about the boss or complaining about the employee or complaining about how this get done or how that get done. And it's just like, shit ain't gonna change. You don't like how nobody run their company. You don't like a policy. You don't like working for a particular person. Then don't work for them. Don't work for them. Simple as that. Start your own shit. Yes, I'm human. I have them days in the work life and the work field. Like, man, this person's getting on my nerves. This HR person is blowing me. The VP ain't listening. They making things complicated. Then I had to step back like, hold on. This ain't my fucking calling. This ain't what I'm supposed to be doing in the first place. There's reasons why you doing what you're doing. Some people work because they love what they do. Some people work because they pay their bills. Some people work because they trying to, get partnerships or whatever the case may be. Have your reason, but don't come every day complaining. And it's like you here for a reason. You here because you didn't follow your vision. Following your vision is the biggest thing you can ever do. And that's why the success rate on people in their dreams is damn near 1%. Because we get to a point where we say, fuck that, man. Our time ran out. We got to do this. We got to pay bills. We got to do X, Y, and Z. We got to, do some shit we don't like. And it's life and it happens. But understand you get one life. You got to follow your vision, your goals, whatever that may be. And it just get to a point in the work field where it's just like, man, this shit really a crabs in the barrel thing. It's like a bunch of unhappy people. A bunch of people complaining, bitching, moaning. A group of motherfuckers just getting together and just finding things to pick at when it's like, hey, did anybody ever look up and say, we work here? We work here because we didn't follow our vision. We work here because we don't have the balls to do our own thing. You don't like your boss? Fuck your boss. Go make your own shit and be your own boss. And it sounds easy than what it can be, but at the same time, life is hard in general. I remember when I was coming out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't have no clue or no idea of, who I wanted to become outside of this. I just knew I didn't want to work a job. I didn't want to have no bullshit career, wait for no 401k and all that retirement. I seen my mom, I seen my folks go through that shit. Even though they made the best out of everything and they should be proud of everything they do, I knew that wasn't a life for me. I knew they sacrificed so I can go out here and do what I want to do and really bring that generational wealth and bring, dreams to reality. So I didn't know what I was going to do. Luckily, I had a good friend of mine, a good brother of mine, shout out to my nigga Diz, that put me in music. And it's crazy because I always like rap. Niggas just be at school rapping, doing whatever they want to do. And he like, yo, bro, I got a studio, my house and shit, let's lock in. We locked in, and from that day, I never felt like, at home. I felt like, damn, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my calling. Like, this, I can get used to this. Like, this before, it was so many rappers out here. This is back in like 2000, at least so many rappers, at least from my city in DC. This is back in like 2010. We were just fucking around with this shit, and it's just like, but if we fell in love with it, and it was like, bro, this our calling, this our vision, like this what we supposed to be doing, because it was so natural and it was so easy and it was good. It ain't like it was just bullshit. It was good. Feedback was good. Music sound good. I'm rapping. I'm going hard. He mixing. He got the mastermind plan. We starting labels. We got everybody around us fucking with us. And at some point after all that, life goes on. Shit happens. We do shows. Niggas go to college. Shit get tough. We human. So we got to a point where it's like we stop. Well, at least for me, I stopped following my vision. I thought I had time. And I ain't speaking from a past tense because we still on that path today. But what I'm trying to say is follow your vision, no matter if you thought you run out of time, no matter if you think these are circumstances, these are scenarios, because what you love to do that's all that fucking matters, bro. That's all that fucking matters. I hate the fact that I went through some circumstances in my life, far as like working and being places and doing shit I didn't want to do. But at the same time, I can't point the finger or be miserable about it or have that energy where it's like I'm a complaining, nagging motherfucker now because I ain't had the balls to look myself in the mirror and say, bro, keep going. No matter what happened, keep going. You know, I love music. I still do music to this day. I got albums coming out now. I've started this podcast. You know, it was inspired from music. But I just want to say, like, follow your vision, man. Follow any idea you had, anything that's your passion, your goal, because you don't want to end up like these people, man. Life is just way too short to be just doing some shit you don't want to do and just being unhappy about it. Like, get your money. Use these jobs to get your money to invest in what you really want to do. And it's just crazy. I got like a lot of friends, a lot of family members. Some played basketball. Some had super talents in football. Some was just, crazy, like just super talented in different aspects, but they just stop following their vision. I feel like people get to a point when they grow up, they hit that certain age or certain experience happen to them where it's like, man, fuck it, nah, that shit ain't gonna happen. This shit ain't, it ain't meant for a nigga like me or where I come from. Just them negative mindsets. And it's just like, bro, that's why 1%, that's why ain't a lot of P. Diddy's. That's why it ain't a lot of LeBron James. Yes, people that got to the league, but you got to chase that greatness. You got to follow your visions even when you broke, even when you get halfway there, even when you got your foot in the door. Keep going. Keep following your vision. Keep hustling like you ain't got, you ain't even who you are or you ain't get to where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? And it pains me to be around these situations because even though I'm around these situations, I still got in my mind where it's like, man, this ain't the end for me. This cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to these motherfuckers complain, nag, bitch and moan and shit, but at the end of the day, I know my end goal. And it's just fucked up when when who you are don't align to who you working with. You know what I'm saying? It's just a disconnect. So you find yourself in a discomfort because now you're around people that's just miserable. And what they say about misery, it loves company. It loves company. So the importance of following your vision is very, very important, man. No matter if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, fucking Marine, engineer, entrepreneur, fucking flipping houses, stock market, whatever you want to do, man, just follow your goals, man, because the unhappy workplace feel is just not it, man. It's just not it. Like, work life, it could be so stressful. It could be so stressful, and it could be a trap because then you get into a position where you're working, everything's good. Now you got a raise, now you got a promotion. That shit is confined to keep you there. And then you look up, now you just like your parents. Now you just like your grandparents. When you the one that's supposed to be breaking the generational curses. You the one that's supposed to be making the way. You the one that's supposed to be retiring them. I told my mom when I was a kid, I told her since I was a little boy, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire. And that shit pains me that I still ain't do that. It pains me. That's the only thing. That's why I had to get back to following my vision. Because I'm like, fuck all this. The friends cool. All this shit I got going on cool. People I talk to cool. Relationships, all this partying, all this shit cool. But at the end of the day, hold on. What was my goal? What was my ultimate end goal? And that was to retire my mother. That was to be rich. And that was to tell my family I got them. And everybody goals ain't like that. Whatever your end goal may be, just know you can't let nothing get in the way of that shit. You can't let nothing get in the way of that shit, bro. At all. And like I was going back to the work life, it's just like, it's so misery. It's meant to keep you there. It really is. It really, really is meant to keep you there. And just every day just work around people that don't understand things or don't come from the same background as you or don't got the same mentality to you. They can make it difficult for you to get your point across, or they can make it difficult for you to work and have an easy work day and do shit how it's supposed to be done because they're complicating or they're miserable or they just, this their whole life. For a lot of coworkers, and I know people can relate to this, it's a lot of coworkers you work with from the day to day. You be like, man, god damn, you don't got no life outside this shit. You don't got no kids. You don't got no girlfriend. You don't got no boyfriend. Like, what the fuck? Like, you come here and this your whole life. You make it miserable and hard for all of us. But them the people that didn't follow their fucking goals. They didn't follow their vision. They didn't follow who they were. They didn't have the balls to say, no matter what, I'm going to buckle down and keep doing what the fuck I need to do to get where I need to go. I'm not going to let this shit define me. This going to be a stepping stone to my future. Them the people you rub shoulders with every day. And you know what happens when a crab is in a bucket? It pull another crab, and it pull another crab, and it pull another crab, and nobody make it out. So follow your vision, because I'm the biggest inspiration for me is not being who I want to be. If there's any possibility that I may end up not being who I wanted to be or who I'm destined to be, that's all the motivation I need to keep going. Setbacks are part of the game. Losses are part of the game. You know, frustration is part of the game. Doing shit you don't want to do is part of the game. But guess what? The game ain't over. It ain't over. Follow your vision, man. This Lil Mal, and I just wanted to do this quick episode to just give out the inspiration and that idea to people, because, you know, it's a lot of people that just trying to quit on themselves when they don't have to. Life is short, make it memorable. Do what you love what you do, and follow your vision.